Tune in to Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad.
On the second day of the first cricket test between Australia and West Indies at Bridgetown in Barbados, Australia, in their second innings, won 92 for 4 at close of play, with lead extended to 82 runs with 6 wickets in hand. At close of play, Travis Head with 13 and Beau Webster with 19 were still at the crease. Another utterly absorbing day of Test cricket. Only 10 wickets fell as compared to 14 yesterday. But the game has continued moving swiftly. Australia, hoping to give West Indies a decent fourth innings target, stumbled early, losing Khawaja for not many. Konstas hung around for a bit longer but never got into any rhythm, with Green and Inglis also not contributing as many as they would have liked. Much of that was down to how relentless the West Indian bowlers were. Each of them played their roles to the perfection and shared the wickets that fell. Australia have not run away with the game, and after an evening rest, West Indies will feel they can return tomorrow, wrap up the rest of the visitors' innings promptly, and then chart what could turn out to be a historic run chase. Even though Head and Webster, who did well for the last hour, might have other ideas. Earlier, West Indies resumed their first inning at the overnight score of 57 for the loss of 4 wickets, with Brendan King batting on 23, along with his captain Roston Chase, who was batting on 1. But from 57 for 4, they lost their 5th wicket at 72. Brendan King was the 5th man to go in the 27th over, and he could only score 26 of 44 balls, hitting 4 fours with a strike rate of 60, and he was clean bowled by Josh Hazlewood. Then West Indies had a partnership of 67 runs for the 6th wicket of 138 balls between Roston Chase and Shai Hope. Roston Chase scored 31 and Shai Hope 35 in that partnership that took their total to 139 in the 50th over, when they lost their captain at 139. The 6th batsman, Roston Chase, scoring 44 of 108 balls, hitting 1-4 and 1-6, and he was legged before by Pat Cummins. 14 runs later, West Indies lost their 7th wicket. At 153 in the 56th over, Justin Greaves depart, scoring 4, caught by Alex Carey, off the bowling of Beau Webster. And then 9 runs later, they lost their 8th wicket at 162. Shai Hope was out in the 58th over. He was the highest scorer for West Indies, scoring 48 of 91 balls, hitting 5 fours, with a strike rate of 53. He was also caught by wicketkeeper Alex Carey, off the bowling of Beau Webster. Another 9 runs were added, and West Indies lost their 9th wicket at 171 in the 59th over. Shamar Joseph was the 9th to go, and he was bowled by Mitchell Starc, while the 10th and final wicket fell at 190 in the 63rd over, and last man to go was Jayden Seals, scoring 2 of 13 balls. He was caught by Beau Webster, off the bowling of Nathan Lyon. So West Indies, in reply to Australia's first innings score of 180, were bowled out for 190 in 63.2 overs, thus taking a 10 runs lead. Apart from Shai Hope and Roston Chase, who scored 48 and 44 runs respectively, rest of the batsmen could not put up a decent show with the bat. Brendan King 26, 23 by Alzarri Joseph, who remained unbeaten, and then 20 by Casey Carty, while other batsmen could not even cross the double figures. Looking at the Australian bowling, Mitchell Starc 16 overs 1 maiden, 65 runs and 3 wicket. Josh Hazlewood 18 overs 3 maiden, 41 runs and 2 wicket. Pat Cummins 18 overs 6 maiden, 34 runs and 2 wicket. Nathan Lyon 5.2 overs no maiden, 28 runs and 1 wicket, while Beau Webster bowled 6 overs, gave away 20 runs and captured 2 wickets. After conceding a lead of 10 runs, Australia began their second inning, but they lost their first wicket at 27 in the 9th over. Usman Khawaja was the first man go, although the ball hit above the knee roll, but reviews show that it was clipping the bail, So umpire gave him out and he was declared out. He made 15 of 22 balls, hitting just 1 4, and he was legged before by Alzarri Joseph. 7 runs later, the other opener, Sam Konstas, also depart in the 12th over, and he was bowled by Joseph. Yes, he made 5 runs and he was played onto the stump. He could only score 5 runs. 23 runs were added for the third wicket, but Australia lost their third wicket due to misjudgment of Josh Inglis. Yes, Australia lost their third wicket at 57 in the 22nd over, and Josh Inglis, who left the ball, and the ball came sharply in and took his bail, and he was out clean bowled for 12 runs. And 8 runs later, Australia's fourth wicket fell. Cameron Green was the fourth man to go. Australia was 65 for 4 in the 25th over, and Cameron Green was out of the bowling of Justin Greaves, and Roston Chase took a sharp catch in the slip. He could only score 15 of 47 balls with the help of 2 4s. At close of play, Travis Head with 13 from 37 and Beau Webster with 19 from 24 balls with help of 4 4s were at the crease. Australia were 92 for 4 from 33 overs, and they're scoring their runs at 2.78 runs, meaning that subtracting the 10 runs lead which West Indies took, Australia are 82 for 4 with 6 wickets in hand. Looking at the West Indian bowling, Jayden Seals 10 overs 3 maiden, 24 runs and 1 wicket. Shamar Joseph 10 overs 4 maiden, 15 runs and 1 wicket. Alzarri Joseph 6 overs 1 maiden, 16 runs and 1 wicket, while Justin Greaves 7 overs 1 maiden, 27 runs and 1 wicket. So the summary of the match: Australia in the first inning scored 180, and in reply, West Indies made 190 in their first inning and took 10 runs first inning lead. But Australia, at close of second day's play in their second innings, were 92 for 4 and are 82 runs ahead. They have a lead of 82 runs with 6 wickets in hand, and Travis Head and Beau Webster, with 13 and 19 runs respectively, were at the crease. Tomorrow, given the briskness of this test, could be the last day of this encounter. But no one really knows where it will end up. West Indies have home advantage and possibly momentum on their side, but Australia have runs on the board, what has so far been a tricky surface to bat on. In today's 3 session of the day, in the first session, 26 overs were bowled, 78 runs were scored, and only 1 wicket fell. While in the second session, from 17.2 overs, 55 runs were scored and 5 wicket fell. And in the third and last session, 33 overs were bowled, 92 runs were scored, and 4 wickets fell. Overall, on day 2, 75 overs, 221 runs were scored and 10 wickets fell.
Keep on watching Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad for latest news, views, and interviews of sports personalities from around the world.